PangeaSeed is a grassroots organization that was founded in Tokyo, Japan about 3.5 years ago. Our main focus is raising awareness for the global plight of sharks and the protection of their habitat. I moved to Japan several years ago, and one of the main reasons I moved there was for scuba diving. I love the oceans. I grew up surfing, I grew up skateboarding, I grew up on the coast. The oceans are just something that are very special and important to me. It's in my blood. When I moved to Japan, I thought that it would be a great springboard to travel through Southeast Asia for diving. That's the Coral Triangle. You know, that's the heart of biodiversity. There's more biodiversity within the Coral Triangle than anywhere else on the planet. These places are supposed to be rich in shark populations. Once I started getting out there and diving, I noticed that there weren't any sharks. What I found out was that there was this global trade for shark fin, and the main reason is for soup. After seeing something that I love so much, you know, just laid out on a dock in the tens of thousands, you know, something shifted in me, and there was no turning back. With Pangea and PangeaSeed, this is a global movement. So sharks are being overfished in every ocean around the world, anywhere with a coastline, at just breakneck speeds. The shark fin industry is a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut. Even if a shark is protected, you know, they're being fished out just because they're more valuable. It's estimated that 70 to 100 million sharks are killed each year for their fins. For shark fin soup, single bowl can go for $300, and depending on the species, yeah, it can go for even more than that. Traveling through Asia, Hong Kong, China, Taipei, Japan, you know, I'm seeing this everywhere. The United Nations estimates that, you know, sharks have probably 10 to 20 years left in the wild until they're commercially extinct. Unfortunately, media loves the bad guy, and sharks are demonized in our society because of films like Jaws. You know, Jaws basically traumatized, you know, a generation, continues to traumatize people around the world. When in all actuality, you know, you're more likely to die from a falling coconut, a vending machine, a bee sting, car accident. You know, starvation alone kills, you know, close to 10 million people a year. That right there, it says that sharks are not dangerous. I swim with them all the time. I have all my fingers and have all my toes, and you know, they're amazing animals to be in the water with. They're misunderstood, and they need our understanding, support, and sympathy. The idea for the Great West Coast Migration came about last year. We hosted our first art show stateside, and we hosted it actually here at this gallery, Spoke Art Gallery in San Francisco. We kind of came up with this idea of, you know, doing a traveling art show. You just normally don't see traveling art shows like this. You know, sharks are such incredible animals, and several species, you know, migrate around the world. So we thought, okay, migration shark tour, you know, here we go, let's do it. So this year we're featuring over 125 artists, artists from all over the world. We want to show that, you know, it's going to take a global movement to really protect these animals and get people, you know, aware and interested in the issue.
PangeaSeed's mission is ultimately to gain more protection for sharks globally. We do that through awareness raising and education, and part of that awareness raising is these art shows.
I thought, you know, if any animal needs positive PR, it's sharks. So what better way to convey the message to the general public than through, you know, art, film, design, and photography. Art has the power to really, you know, change people's perspectives, educate people, inspire people. If one of these pieces sells and it goes onto someone's wall, people come to their house, it starts new conversations. So it's a great way to really continue raising awareness for the issue. anybody who comes to, you know, the Great West Coast Migration or any other shows that we have hosted in the past, they walk away changed, they walk away educated, they walk away inspired and empowered. And for me, you know, that's what I want to do. You know, I want to give people a new perspective on an animal that most people are afraid of, you know. I think it's really important that people know that, you know, if you love something, don't be afraid to protect it. You know, do whatever you can to protect it. It's imperative that we become aware of how we purchase and, you know, what we support. You know, your dollar's a vote, and you're voting for either death and destruction or you're voting for sustainability and a positive future. So, you know, it's in your hands.